On the subreddit r/creepy, a user on there drew a strange dream they had a couple of months ago. The user by the name of OmarTMX98 also had a story to accompany the drawing. The piece is simply titled The Angel, and the story goes as follows. I was walking through that city that had been my home for a long time. The years had passed. The landscape had changed as had the new constructions around me. I was worried as I observed everything destroyed, in ruins, with a warm atmosphere that covered everything around me. However, it was not a warmth like what one feels in the evenings, rather a funeral warmth. Something horrible had just happened here, and everything was paralyzed in time. As I continued walking through the streets of rubble, I decided to enter a building, hoping to reach the roof. The journey inside was dark. I still did not find another soul in this place. No bark, meow, no any voice, or even the singing of scavenger birds around me. When I reached the roof, I found the same thing. A devastated horizon full of a city in rubble that was lost in the distance. A hopeless scene. The buildings seemed to be built of sand, giant granulated pillars. It is not the first time that in my dreams I'd see these somewhat abstract constructions. While I was observing the orange horizon, an object in the distance caught my attention. It looked like a bird. I thought maybe it was a crow, but in the next few minutes that thing began to approach, prowling between the buildings. He could only make out a pair of black wings. They were gigantic, easily covering large areas of the city, and his body barely fit between some buildings. I began to feel a little afraid as I noticed the immensity of the shaped creature approaching, especially because its movements became more and more desperate, as if it were searching for something. I decided to go down the building again, but the hallways had disappeared. There was no exit. I was trapped on the roof, distraught. I looked at the city again, looking for the creature, and I could see it right in the middle of the buildings in front of me. That thing turned on its axis and faced me. It approached slowly. The clouds above it swirled strongly. It was quite the spectacle. When that thing stopped a few kilometers away, I could see its face. It wasn't that of any bird I knew. It was a human skull. Its body was filled with opaque black plumage, as were its enormous wings. I could notice some symbols on its body and on its head. They seemed to be made of fire, but I couldn't understand what they meant. This was the last moment of that dream. I couldn't go anywhere. I just stayed watching that angel from that terrace. And for some reason, I knew that thing was looking right back at me.